You record that?
What was that?
Yeah, I think that it's important to be always being the now, being the present.
Yeah,
We don't know what's going to come through us.
yeah,
Speaking of coming through it, this morning was a great day. You just get out to feel the sun and hear the
yeah,
birds singing, my dog playing whatnot. It's so
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
So
It's
that
beautiful.
beautiful day bring me to a point about being aware.
Yeah,
And so being aware is a very, very necessary and enjoyable thing once you understand the powerful awareness. Before we keep going, I want to say good morning to everybody that's listening today. I hope you're aware of your own inside beauty as I see the sun shining. And to be aware, just say with the sun shining on your face and you're feeling it. My concern today is unless you become aware, you're not awake to what's happened to your consciousness, to what's going on that way. Then you need to be aware. Well, what are you aware of? Are you aware of your um, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual body? You understand? Being aware is important to be aware of all your bodies. Some of us get up and just get out, run, just physically or emotionally or mentally, what it might be. So the question is, where's your awareness taking you to? Are you taking it in to you being aware of your thoughts, your feeling, your beliefs, your action, and how do that dictate you? And so awareness is important. I just want to say that before we even get started a little bit deeper, to go deeper as to why it's important and how that relates back to energy, how that relates back to consciousness, awareness. We all have energy. We all around energy. We all are energy. Are we aware as to how to become consciously use our energy? That's the question today. That is the question. And now we can deal with that. Yeah, that's a little better. Yes. So we open now because you go for your questions. So let it flow the way you see it. Because I'm here to ride this wave of awareness deeper and deeper.
yeah. Thank you, Dr. Hannah. I think for me, I'd like to explore that awareness a little bit more with you, um, because my understanding from speaking to you over the years is that that awareness is like foundational. So doesn't matter what we're talking about necessarily. We could be talking about nutrition or relationships, martial arts. Um, from my conversation with you recently, it sounds like awareness is still a foundational piece to all of those things. Is that how you see it?
Yes, before I go a little bit, but one more thing is beneficial to become free. To become free, awareness is necessary for freedom. If you don't know you're bound, you're a victim. You're forever a victim. Forever have you being imprisoned internally. You're being manipulated like a puppet. So it is as regardless of what you're doing. If you're talking about nutrition, what are you aware of in regards to the nutrition that you're taking? Do you have an awareness of that? So it doesn't matter the next stage come up. Well, what's your understanding of your awareness, what you're doing? No understanding and awareness, you're out there, you're wondering. So awareness can lead you also to that freedom and clarity that I'm talking about. What are you seeing? What are you feeling? What are you doing? What's your purpose? We lose sight of that. We become like a robot. We just follow see. We just follow like everybody else is doing. We follow the fad. We follow everything because this is how you think. Is it your thinking or you think of somebody else? That's the point. Okay.
Appreciate it. Um, I know words have certain power. At the same time, words can't always describe everything. How do you see consciousness and awareness? They're two different words. Are they two different things, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I do see you got to have awareness of this consciousness can take you beyond this physical plane. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It just being aware of the car in front of you. If someone's right there. It's being what is your heart doing? What are your lungs doing? What are your liver doing? What are your kidneys doing? Being aware. And you become aware when you get conscious of this, what you can do about it. My question is, it's always what you gonna do about it? How you gonna do it? Does it enhance you? Does it enhance your family, your friends, your social? It doesn't matter. What does it enhance beyond your selfishness? So aware that you have a headache. What's caused the headache? Where does you have some medical dis-ease? What caused that? What you gonna do about it? If you say I'm not aware of that, you're not gonna do anything about it. And sometimes when you are aware, you block it out. So it leads to a whole different category of situations that get compounded. Patients come in with different, should I say, conditions, like different beliefs, whatever it might be. Are they aware of that so we can talk? But their awareness can also enhance receptivity to move deeper, to come to some resolution and have some freedom. Without about it. So you can't say, you can't blame people. I didn't see that. I wasn't aware of that. You're still a victim. So ignorance is no excuse. So I want to enhance the awareness. Start with your own self. Are you aware of your own physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body? Are you aware as to how they work together, or are they separate against each other? So when they start going against each other, we will have a dis-ease, what I call some stagnation, inflammation. Therefore, we got something manifested as diabetes, cancer, any type of condition. What's your awareness? So awareness is key.
And from listening to you there, sounds like consciousness is a way of looking at things in general, or how would you
I would
say?
say I start with awareness. There's a level of consciousness beyond that. You got to become aware that you're in this physical body, that you have consciousness take you to a different level. That's how I look.
Okay.
And so we had to get quiet. Start with meditation. You got to be aware of what? To raise your consciousness. What are you aware of? You're tired, you're irritable, you feel uneasy sitting there. To your rise out of this body, to you have a different level of consciousness then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one way to maybe practice awareness is to slow down a bit.
Yeah, being still. Being still. And also being still, becoming aware of all the sensations in you. Can you hear your heartbeat? Can you feel your blood? Are you aware of all your tension in your body? Are you aware of you hold in your tension? What organ is it? And tension is a stress. Stress causes inflammation. So we got to be aware. Was it being located? Is it in my shoulders? Is it in my neck? Is it in my head? Is it in my hand? Where is it? How you breathe. And talking about breathing is a whole different conversation right now. Right now, it's just about awareness. People sit down and becoming aware. Look at yourself. Become an onlooker to yourself and look at yourself. Where am I? What body do I prefer? Do I prefer my emotional body, the way I feel, what I think? And people take feelings in all life. I said, is it? Feeling is associated with being alive. But also there's some spiritual principles go along with that aliveness and that awareness and intellectual. People get everything in their head because they can articulate all 10 or 1,500 books. That's the intellectual knowledge. I didn't say, but what are you aware of about your total being? Awareness. Sit down. Just feel yourself. What are you aware of? The noise, your tension, your relaxation, your heartbeat, your breathing. Tell me what it is. Tell yourself that. Just become aware is the first level. Your awareness. I just want people to become awake and aware as to where they are within themselves. So we have to deal with that kind of scenario. You understand?
Yes.
We have to deal with it. That's important.
Okay, I understand, and it resonates with me. Let me ask you a follow-up on awareness, and this has to do with what people might call facts and truth. For instance, maybe they go to a medical doctor who says, all right, you have this disease. And sometimes when they get diagnoses, it could be like, you can't heal from this. So when someone you work with that you give maybe your faith to being an expert tells you those things, at what point do you allow your awareness to go in and say, yes, I agree with that, or no, that doesn't resonate and I believe I could still heal from it? Does that make sense? I don't know if that question is going where I want it.
Well, the question have many aspects to it. First of all, when you go to the doctor, you get a physician, all your power. You just like you become nothing, you give it to them, you trust them. whoever that might be, your healthcare professional, your healer. My thing today is you never give them all of that. You got to make sure they resonate with your inner self. You got to make sure that it makes sense to you because you too are to connect to divine source, divine energy. You have to align with that. Does it align with you? Do you feel like feel like you? And you got to take responsibility for that. You understand? It's important for me to understand, for you to understand that. Do you give yourself up? I personally feel that the people, we did a conference in New Jersey, not, well, this Vegas, they talk about centurions. It's related to your question. They never ever give all their power to a physician. They're very careful about what physician they deal with. Does they resonate with them on frequency? And the one that have that, their own sense of being, their own sense of spirituality, they live longer, They have their own inner joy, their own spirituality, their own awareness. And you walk in the room, you can say, well, do I trust this healthcare professional? Do I feel connected? Do I feel they connected to me beyond their head, beyond their articulation, beyond their physicality? Do I connect from my heart and my soul and I believe that? If you don't feel that, then you need to ask yourself, what's blocking that? How do I empower myself to read? You look at food, you say this food is good. You got to make a decision. You like it or not. If you don't like it, don't eat it. If you like the physician, whoever it is, don't be there because you got to resonate with it. If you give it up something, you got a little red sign saying, you got some doubt, you're wavering. I say, no, you got to feel it. No, it doesn't do that with a child, and they don't BS around. They go in where they like people or not. They just tell you like it is. So I like dealing with 5 and 10 years old because I'm very like that. I tell you, if I think this way, I feel like this way. Because I'm not trying to hide nothing. You got to be aware as to what you're doing. When you're aware of energy, to what you see and what you get, so be real. Becoming aware, which you're not aware of which your vibration you're setting out. You're gonna get it back. Why people look at them with a smile? Why people look at me with anger? Why? Ask yourself, what are you sending? What are you sending? So to answer your question, connect from your heart to the professional, whatever it might be. It can be a professor, a police officer, anybody. What I care about, are you aware of yourself? Okay.
Yes, that's very helpful. And it circles back to awareness as well.
Yeah, it's all about that. Being the history, you had to be able to walk into a room and you feel the energy. You got to be able to feel it's this frequency. If one is there already, it's a setup. You got to feel when you walk in, I'm already confident, I'm already a victory here. Never at the mercy of anybody. I always teach, give it, but never be at it. It starts with awareness, And that awareness comes from your sense of oneness with source, your oneness for your heart with your own frequency. So I'm talking about today is awareness of your own inner being, your own physical being. And when you start with that foundation, we can have some elevations of awareness and consciousness and also one love, one breath, one energy. Without that, you're a victim. Some people, I always say victory is self-determined. Always. It's one of my favorite sayings. And one of my t-shirts, you have to be aware. Education is about awareness because awareness, you can know the difference. If you don't know the difference, you understand? You're not educated. Some people say, I got a 24-karat diamond and this nice gold ring, Or they can say, you do the same thing with nice glittery glass. If you don't know glass from diamond, you've been had because they all look pretty. They all look nice. What's the difference? That's called education. That's called awareness. They're not aware of the difference, so people get had. Well, because you're a great brother, so I'm going to let you have this $25,000 ring. That's your guy. You're a good guy, I'm going to let you have it today with $5,000 because it's your lucky day. A $15, it's your luck. But you don't know the weather. Well, give me a great deal. Yeah, a great deal for who? All I'm saying, awareness and education can help you beyond your becoming more free of who you are. But you got to first become aware of your body, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. No awareness, you're at their mercy and you're a victim there. That's what's happening. So you want to learn how to be aware and be responsible. to be free for yourself. So back to the physician. I don't want to, I say any professional you're dealing with. You understand?
I do. That's helpful. Thank you. Wanted to follow up on what you said, some of what you said there. When you're talking about education, and most people around the world live in societies or communities where, however they grow up, where there's going to be more than themselves and they have to interact. So I know I was personally brought up in, public schools and had a lot of peers that went to school with me. They call that an education, Dr. Hanna. That's what I was told. I don't want to say it's not, but it sounds like what you're talking about based on awareness is very different than maybe going to an elementary or a high school or a college or a university. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Awareness education is supposed to be about liberation. The question, are you being liberated to be who you are, what you are, beyond the people, the professors or the doctors, what they are? That was my question. Are you being taught in a certain way? This way it is, this way it is because what? Do you have the courage to come to make your own awareness? Because a lot of these people been taught in education, is it education or is it training? And when you're training to do what? To follow. Or are you really educating people to get off and to expand themselves, all of their bodies, mentally, emotionally, intellectual body? I don't know what school's doing that, all of your bodies. Which one is really saying that is the core curriculum? Core is to make you be free and you can know all your bodies are balanced. Is this the public school, private school, Catholic school, individual home school? I don't know. I'm gonna say that would be my question. Which one is doing? What is doing that? Some people see, you know what? I want my kid going on no education, no institution, no religious institution, no public institution, even no private. I'm gonna do it myself because I know what's being impregnated to the subconscious mind. Therefore, I know what's being manifest, created for that kid to be free, responsible, to become aware, to know difference, to be educated and liberated. So that's the question I put answer your question with like that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What you just said also brought forward. I mean, if you choose to, you can go live by yourself somewhere in the woods or something. But we're probably going. At least I personally live around people, have to work with people. So so it sounds like some of what you're saying is in the midst of all this, your awareness is one of the things that helps you navigate through the world, because people are going to bring different energies. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're saying if I cultivate my awareness more, that's going to help me, because I don't need to hide, or I don't want to hide personally. So awareness is something I could use in all situations to make decisions.
All the situation. Just make sure you're pure. You cultivate the positive love and truth you can deal with, and you're aware. When you become aware of your energies, the one might be discord, whatever it might be. If you vibrate anger, negative, violent aggression, if you negativate compassion and love, what do you know? What are you really vibrating? That enhances your awareness to all these things. Because every human being, they have both sides. They had the most ruthless, dangerous state inside of them, yet they had the most kind thing. The question of which one are you aware that you cultivated? When you start becoming aware of that they're both in you, you cultivate, purify, they amplify, your awareness can become more acute. You can read. Like a patient come in, a person come in, or a student come in, and someone says they want to be aggressive. You don't read the energy, their breathing, their movement, their skin coloration. I'm not talking about no racial coloration. I can look at them and say, well, this person have a liver issue, a kidney issue, a lung issue, a heart issue, thyroid issues. It's on their face. So when you have that relaxed confidence, creativity, with courage, you can still you have to first become aware of yourself before you can do that. Most people are dishonest with themselves. because they're too enamored with other things to validate who they really are. You have to become aware of yourself. Be your own looking to yourself. Don't hide nothing from you. If you act like ridiculous, say, I better be acting ridiculous. I better acting kind, I better acting kind. See, don't be hiding nothing, man. Don't pretend nobody else. Blame yourself. Anything. Clean yourself up. Then you become more of a divine warrior. Then all kind of forces come to you. Because, again, today is about awareness of self, your bodies, and your motivations. What are they? And never give your power if it's not congruent with who you are. Own yourself, own your thoughts, own your behavior. Being aware of your thoughts, your behavior, your actions. Otherwise, you are a victim. You want to become aware, to educate, to liberate yourself, to be free from position of power, confidence, love, creativity. You decide which one you want to do. Or you have a different kind of mindset. You want to narrow control. You want to hurt, manipulate. Get that way. You decide. I'm talking about first level of awareness. We can talk about another time the consequences of your thoughts, the flawness in your awareness. But today, this is just about becoming aware of you, right? All of you, collectively, all your bodies. And what's your motivation behind your feeling, your thoughts, your action? That's today.
And looking as an onlooker without judgment.
Must have it. In other words, you go down the path of delusionality. You're delusional. You're not looking at yourself. You're always looking out, blaming. As you said, the warriors never blame. They claim. Warriors never tell us do this. Whatever you do, remember, you do to yourself. There is no escaping from divine energy and law. It's returning 1000% back to the sender. People run and hide, say they got away. No, that's man law, human law, but not divine law. If you do some witness, you get witness. You do some love, you get some love. You do some hurt, you get some hurt. You can't escape the energy. It doesn't matter how hard you try to hide it. You're doing this. It's funny. It's funny. You think it's funny. It is when you're doing it. It's never funny when they come back to you. Never, ever funny. So people come to me, well, Dr. Hammond, I'm concerned what I did. Okay. You got to be, now at least one thing, you're aware of what you did. So when they come back and bite you in the butt, you say, I did create this 5 years ago, 3 years ago. Or if you really got a high frequency vibration, it comes back to you faster. A little bit people who are a little bit vibration, a little bit slower, they think they got away with it. It might be a days, week, or years, but some way it comes back and got you. That's just the law of return, the law of the energy. So that's what I'm talking about today. Awareness of your bodies, awareness of your thinking, your motivation, and your action. Because whatever you do to you.
Appreciate the answer as always, Dr. Hannah. So I want to ask you a follow-up. Because you're saying be honest and look at the whole thing. And so what if you don't like what you see about yourself?
Yeah, acknowledge that. What you don't like is what happened is in this society, we're always comparing ourselves to something outside of ourselves. Or we're comparing ourselves to our image that we have. It's the same thing. Either your inner image, or you look outside what the media says, what all millions of people is doing, you say, well, that must be nice. I don't compare to that. That's an issue that you have a lack of appreciation of yourself.
Okay. So you acknowledge you don't like something about yourself. So that's a form of acceptance? Or
if you don't like it, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, when you don't like it, what are you comparing it to? Mm-hmm. What is your image of what you say? Well, I like this. Okay. Well, a lot of people don't like themselves. They get tucks and lift and all kind of things. I said, okay, it's external. When you learn to accept yourself, when you learn to accept your own thumbprint, when you learn to say, as I'm divine, I'm off one with source, I'm 100% beautiful, powerful, courageous, all those things. But when you look outside and compare it to the media or the mass group thought, you may or may not fit that image, or you do your best to fit that image. You can't fit no image and individualize or harmonize. You have to be who you are to harmonize. No relationship can exist once someone did it on personality rather than soulality. You must be into who you are. No relationship will sustain without you truly being who you are. We pretend we do something for a short-term gain. People getting so-called legally married, but never, ever spiritually connect with each other. They have sensationalism of going outside. This is what society say. This is what this is. But what do your soul? What do you say? What do your awareness say? What do your core self say? Being aware again, you know. Can you transcend your awareness to be different in a healthy, happy way? And that's okay. You know, a tree is a tree. All kinds of trees. They don't say, "Well, I don't look like you, trees. I'm gonna grow like you." It's just a tree being itself, and they live a long time. I understand. So they be it themselves, you know. They're not trying to be nobody else, man. They just be who you are. You're a powerful being. You're beautiful. You're powerful. When you realize that, if you don't, you got a little bit of ignorance about yourself. That's your ego self, physical self, emotion. I didn't say divine self. Again, awareness. That I don't want to get too deep in this right now in regards to other bodies. We just becoming aware. And look at yourself. Go in the bathroom, close the door, and make sure when you're telling the truth, you're going to get like, man, this is me. And just accept you and whatever it is, you know, and forgive yourself for not liking yourself. If you don't like yourself, you also affecting your own heart energy. And you're going to have a hard time with your relationship. If let's say you have someone gets insecure because you don't accept yourself, man. You compare yourself. And when I see people that come to my office sometimes, they have a lot of problem with relationships. They got images of as to what they want their mate to be. Where did that image come from? Well, it's a mass media. It's kind of a popular view. The house, the hairstyle, the wall. Everybody, man and woman, have those kind of issues. And someone who doesn't match that have a problem. So, you know, I come down to basic in the interpersonal relationship, you know. That have constraint with that, their personal relationship, and get real personal. You know, it's so many things that we can become aware. Where did I get my thought, my belief, and action from? People come in and talk about the height. They want a man a certain height, and the men want a woman of some size. They come in sexually. Well, sexually is, you know, we know that from scientific side, but the more you approximate the fantasy of your mate, the fantasy they've created at their stunt place, the better what they say the intimacy is. So if you don't have all that, who you dealing with? You're dealing with a society of belief, not the individual belief. Become aware. Where did they come from? Is it your thoughts? The society thoughts? It's your little friends' thoughts? Who are thinking these thoughts? And do you have the courage? I don't even think like that. I don't feel like that. Who have those kind of courage? The divine warrior. That's who. I am what I am. I am one with the divine. And everything's definitely fine. Have that courage to walk with that. You see a difference then. You have a difference in your frequency. You have a difference in your level of attraction. You will attract something that's real rather than fake. You have the fake thing that lies. They look nice. It's a good temporary physical situation. Beyond that, what is it? Yes. So thank you for having me today. You know, I'm ready to talk about awareness today. I just want people to be aware. We go deeper. Which one of your bodies you connect with? What motivates you to get addicted to that body? Now you're gonna move beyond that until having a correct accept of yourself.
Dr. Hanna, I wanted to clarify, you started at the top with it, but just can you, I know we're not going to dive into the bodies, but can you just name some of the ones people might reflect on?
One they sitting on their physical body. We accept the physical one, number one. Then the physical body, you know, everybody feels a certain way. My feelings. I would say feeling is good because we know we're alive, but feeling is also detrimental if you don't know how to use it. If you feel too angry, you affects organ. You're overjoyed. Everything, feeling, so we come back to the word, but awareness, but now we get the balance. Feelings have its place, as I said. in this physical body. We need to feel things. Is it going to dominate? Feeling going to dominate me beyond the principle of realness and the principle of truth? You mentioned something about facts before. What is fact? What's truth? What's belief? What I feel. When I talk about this, what you feel, believe, think, and know, is this your feeling? Is this you know? This what you think? Or this is the truth? And when you can get someone who can transcend all those states with you, you have the possibility to have the real, a substantial conversation or a real relationship. Oh, I feel this. Can you feel your feeling might be wrong? Can I think this? Oh, I believe this. They're not the truth. They can be associated with the truth because the only thing about feelings is change. Belief is change. Thinking change. Be like the sun. You know, change shines. That's truth. Truth is unchangeable. Facts changeable. So when I hear people talking about which one you're stuck at, this is my belief. They want to die, kill you with belief or a feeling. I thought this feeling, believe those, that's just what you feel. That's what you think. Are you ready for a different type of way of looking at it that's universally consistent beyond this linear time? It's a question. So ask for the audience today, are you willing to go by just your feeling? Because there's a principle beyond that. What the facts are changeable. I thought is based upon that. Is your thought aligned with the divine issues? That's all. Okay. So I hope you answered this one, you know.
That helps. And what it reminds me of something that I've worked with you over the years, with martial arts as well. And you've said to me many times, don't be fixed. So it sounds like what you just said is, you shouldn't necessarily cling to anything you believe or know.
What happened is be flexible with the flow. Yeah, I'm looking to write a third book, you know. Shine, glow, flow. Shine like the sun, glow like the moon, and flow like water. They are all divine energies, you know. As I said, I can reflect, say the sunshine. The sun shines to in and everything equally. It's no territorial. This is mine, this is yours. Okay. Those are, that's the sun. When I was talking about a little today about awareness, the moon's glow, when you balance your mind, all your bodies become balanced, not just your intellect, not just your spiritual, your physical, your emotional. No, they all become aligned. And mine is flow like water. Water is always moving forwards. It's moving always forward to a higher, larger body of water. That's truth. You got some truth. There's more truth. Keep expanding. But that little truth is a part of it, but it's not the total truth. It's like going down to Lake Michigan. I talk about this all the time. Like, you got someone go down there with a 5-gallon can, some go down with a cup, some go down with a teaspoon. They fill it up. They all got some truth because it's from the same source. But the question is, what's the depth, what's the length of your truth? Are you willing for some expansion? Unlimited. That's water, that's true, but the core inside that never change. It's the amount you have within your own head, your own heart, your own soul. You become aware of that. Okay.
Is we're glowing like the sun, or we're shining like the sun. As you said, the sun don't discriminate. It's gonna shine regardless. With the awareness piece, let's see if I can put this together in a question. With the awareness piece that we're talking about today, are there times where it makes sense for you to filter yourself because of the situation? You know, the people aren't receptive to the light you're about to shine, and you need to still navigate or work with it. Do you ever see situations where you need to maybe not give them everything you are because of their own receptivity? How do you see that, Dr. Hanna?
You never force yourself on anybody. You be the sun don't make you come out. You go, I'm gonna shine on you regardless. It shines. If you want some, you get some. So when people want your knowledge, they will free receive it. That's take beyond your intellectual. If you're intellectual egotistic, you're gonna get up, you're gonna push your knowledge because it's more superior than theirs. BS. You follow the rule of receptivity. Nothing happened in this galaxy, on this linear plane without receptivity. We are the result of sex here. Our parents have sex. That's receptive, the sperm and the egg. You want to plant a garden, you got to make the soil receptive to the plant the garden, plant the seed, plant the, whatever you might want to plant. You need receptivity. Receptivity is the openness from the heart, from the mind. When you read that, there's awareness, you can talk. It's none of that. That's what it is. Some people talk about that within martial arts. It's a secret. I said it is. We talked about a little about that. But people who doesn't know, and they have motivation for it, quote, their secret. One, they want to control you. Okay. And the other ones, after higher frequencies, they see you're not ready yet, but they will share with you. So, yes, to answer your question, you come from a position of love. When people are not ready, you be patient. And you move on. Because if you're egotistic, it'll be hard for you to move on. Because you know your truth is the best, so your truth is the best. You want to make a point. There's no point if that's your point. You get like that. You have to let go and let people be. They all will get there on their own time, not your time. But be available to help them all the time, based on receptivity. Okay?
Yeah. I want to clarify a bit further, Dr. Hannah. So shine your light no matter what, but then also be patient with people. So if I walk in a room and I'm walking with love, that's going to shine what it shines to people.
Mm-hmm.
Now expressing other things, maybe opinions or whatever viewpoints, that's now a different energy, right? So
it is.
Okay.
It is a different. What you read there, you said down, that's the inner quietness to read as to what people receptivity of what they might ask you. And you answer the question relative to that which you read in them. You answer the questions. Okay. You got to watch your ego. You got to watch your ego as well. You want to come in and take over everything because what? You're the best. You're this. I said, oh. So a true warrior, true fighter, sit back and watch people because the ego always exposes their vulnerabilities. Talking too much. You're talking too much. You have to understand when to be quiet, when to talk. But your body's always vibrating courage, power, love, creativity, all the things. Non-verbally, it's in your body. It's in your core being. You don't have to verbalize anything. No. True warriors don't argue and talk with people. They resolve the situation. You want to get off the arguing and talking. People got to be, they getting themselves all worked up to do something. Don't argue, walk away. Now, people physically, that's a different world. Just that when you walk into the room. Again, awareness against that. Awareness. Awareness. I was, people not ready sometimes. I had this last lecture at a big audience. It was a spiritual place, and they asked me to speak 2 weeks ago, I told you. I said what I said, based on my light, my truths, what I know is universally real. When I got to, I said, in the questions, 1 or 2 questions, why is that, Because I asked people, what I was saying in this lecture, be responsible. What I'm saying in this lecture, you talk about grief. You're talking about healing. I asked people there, do you send grief to people that's being killed today in Chicago or in the world? And these things were going to one of those kids, Israel. Do you send love to those people? So you're asking for grief. We want empathize for relief. Until you send something, you get nothing. That's law of energy. You want to be healed, send healing out to the galaxy. You want some love, send it out. Don't say I'm sitting here, I'm feeling sad, someone lost. What are you doing about it? Are you sending love to other grieving people? Are you? So read the room, respond according to the receptivity. That's what I would say. Okay.
Appreciate it, Dr. Hannah. This has been a great conversation as always. Appreciate you sharing some of your gifts. Maybe next week we can dive a little further into the different types of bodies.
Well, that would be my point. They have a flow for people to know where they're going. Based on my process of awareness and awakening, education, liberation. Where are you? You don't know where you're at. You don't have no direction. And you're running in a circle. It's a follow fashion monkey, a victim. Going to the doctor, you're doing what you can do to heal your own self. Don't go to the doctor or a healer, whoever you might be going to, saying you got diabetes and you know you got three Big Macs on your plate right now. So what are you doing? You don't need that, you know you got that. You say you feel something, so you're eating, take the place of something, you need to talk about that. Don't expect the doctor going to do anything about that. I give you some medicine to make everything go away. No, it's called self-responsibility. It's a third type of conversation we can have. Dealing with the chakras. Most people think like that, or feel like that, act like that, and believe that is the third chakra. So I look forward to seeing next time we talk, you know, in regards to different bodies. And from the different bodies, we can say what each body represents. And what's the next one say? What are the chakras relate to that? Now we're going from the awareness to responsibility, education, liberation. We're taking steps for the receptive minds, all your orders out there are willing to share based on your receptivity, joyfully, because I'm sending that out. Yes. Okay. You take care.